Hello everyone, this is Shikha Mishra. Today in this video, I am just going to explain you about the data types in Python. Okay. Now, what is data type? See, data type means the type of a data value that can be stored in any variable. Okay, like let us suppose we are writing like x is equals to 5. This 5 is what? This 5 is a number, right? So this is an integer data type. If I am writing 5.0, this is a decimal number. So for this, it would be integer. I will explain you just now. It is integer. This one is floating point. Or if I want to store some string value, so what type of value, what type of data I want to store in a variable or a identifier is a data type. Okay, now there are various data types. First one is numbers. Next is dictionary. It comes under mapping. Okay, dictionary. Next is boolean. Boolean means true or false. Set, this is not in your syllabus. And the last one is sequence data type. Sequence data type. Okay, under sequence data type there comes three things. One is tuple, other is list, and the third one is string. These are three different chapters in your Python. Okay, I will just give you today, I will give you an overview about all these data types, and we will discuss in brief in different chapters. Okay, numbers, under numbers comes integer, float, and there is one more data type, that is complex. If you are math student, you must have learned the complex chapter. What do you mean by complex? That I will discuss. Okay, the first is integer. Integer means a whole number, like I have written x is equals to 5. So this 5 is a whole number. It comes under integer data type. Okay, next, float. Float means it is a decimal number, like if you are finding out the average, or so you are getting some value in decimal points, then you will store the variable in floating point data types. Okay, as floating point data types. Next comes complex number. If you are math student, you must know what is a complex number. If not, just I am giving you a brief idea. What is complex numbers? Let us suppose I will tell you what is the value of square root 4. It is 2, correct? But what if I will tell you to find the square root of -4? It is not a real number. It is an imaginary numbers, right? So this is nothing but a 2i. I is the imaginary value, that means that whose its value is a root over -1. Great. For example, if I will tell you what is the value of -49, it is 7i. It is 7i. Okay. So this is complex number. Complex numbers have two parts. One is real part, other is imaginary part. A plus JB. It in Python it is represented as this one. A plus JB. So the first one is your real part, and the next one is your imaginary part. Okay, okay, so this is a complex number. Next, okay, let me show you on ideally everything. I will tell you how to add some complex number, how to retrieve the imaginary part in complex number, or how to retrieve the real part in a complex number, how to represent a complex number. Let's discuss something about some of the points, some of the functions about complex number. It is a data type. Okay, let us suppose A is equals to 0 plus 4.5j. This is how we represent a complex number. A is any variable. I am storing a complex variable in A. B is another variable. Let us suppose it is 1.5 plus 2j. Okay. Now, if I will write print A, what would be the output? Right? If I'm writing print, if I want to retrieve the real part of A or B, print, there is a function called real. Okay. Whose real part you want to retrieve? B's real part. So you will write B dot real. Okay. Okay. And then just see. We will get the real part of the variable B. Okay. Next, let us suppose you want to retrieve the imaginary part of B or A. So what I will do, I will write print A dot imaginary. Okay. So this is, if I want to add A and B. See, if it is a complex number, the real part will be added. 0 plus 1.5 is 1.5. 4.5 plus 2 is 6.5, and we'll get the value. We will again get a complex number itself. Okay. Okay. Next, this is first data type in number was integer. Integer means if I want to store any whole number in a variable, for example, A is equals to 5, 10, 15, like that. Second is floating point, if you want to store some decimal value in a number. And the third one is complex numbers. Okay. So these are the three data types which comes under numbers. Okay. Next, let us discuss something about sequence data type. Okay. In sequence data types, there are three things. One is string, other is list, and the third one is tuple. I will just tell you a brief description. I will just give you a short description about all these three. We will read the entire chapter in next video. Okay. Let us suppose, first we will discuss what is a string. What is a string? Any guess? See, string is a sequence data type which is a collection of or a sequence of characters. For example, let us suppose I am taking any variable s, and inside this I am writing any name. Okay? So this is a string, sequence of character which is stored in any variable is nothing but a string. And the string is written under, the value of a string is written either in double quotes or in single quotes. Okay. Okay. For example, let us say I took a string. It's a group of characters. Okay. Next, see, the second thing is whatever string you have written that has a particular index. For example, its position. This is at index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This space is also considered as a string value. It has also a position. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is a string. Now see, if I want to retrieve a particular character from this string, okay, so I can retrieve it using the index. How? S is the string, correct? And if I want to retrieve with using its index, we will always use this square bracket. And with, let us suppose I am writing 8. At 8th position, which character is there? That is S. So output would be S. Okay. Okay. Now see, this is called forward indexing. This is called forward indexing. Indexing can also be done from the end, and that is like -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Okay, so let us suppose I want to print s of -3, s of -3. Okay, what would be the value? It would be a. Okay, this is indexing. This is called reverse indexing, backward indexing. This is backward indexing. Okay, so this is list. Okay, and various more functions are there in list that we will discuss. And this is, sorry, this is a string, and there are various more functions in a string that we will discuss in next video. Okay, next data type is your list and tuples. I'm just giving you an example when to use list and tuples. Then I will tell you what is the difference between a list and a tuple. Okay, what would be the output of this one? Any guesses? Let us suppose I am writing a is equals to 7, and the second I again wrote I is equals to 10. What would be the output if I will write a print a? Any guesses? Yes, the output will be 10. Why 10? It won't be 7. It won't be 7 and 10 both. It will be 10 only. Why? This 7 value is overwritten by this 10. The last value, whatever is the last value stored in A, will be the output of A. Okay? Now see, if I want here in a single variable, I can store a single value, right? What if I want to store multiple value in a same variable? Then comes list and tuples. Okay, if I want to store many variable, it can have various data types also. I can store an integer, a floating point number, a string at the same time in this under a single variable. So if I want to store number of values in a single variable, I will either use a string or, sorry, a list or a tuple. Okay, now what is this list? It stores multiple values in a square bracket okay, separated by comma. Separated by comma. Okay, the first thing is list and the other thing is the tuples. I'm just giving you the definition at the same time, then I will discuss it separately. Okay, what is tuple? Tuple is also a sequence data type, but it also stores multiple values, but here we use a round bracket. In this, we use this square bracket and all the elements are separated by commas, but in tuple, we use this square brackets. Okay? Now there is a difference between list and tuple that I will tell you now. Just listen carefully. Okay, let me create a list first. Let us suppose L is any variable. I told you that list the variables are stored in square brackets. Okay, so we will write square brackets and all the elements are separated by this comma. It is not necessary that in a list we always store same data type. No, the elements with same data type. No, it can have different data types. All the elements can have different data types. Okay, Okay, let us suppose this is your list. Let's print this list. See, okay, this is a list. And how tuples are created? It is created in the elements are stored in square bracket separated by comma. Okay. Okay, so this is a tuple. Okay, now see, this L is a list, is a tuple. If in this also all the elements have a particular index number and the index number always starts with 0, एकदम similar as that of the string. Okay, means this is 0th position, first, second and third. In tuple also this is position 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so if I want to retrieve any element from a list, I can retrieve it using its index number. For example, if I write like L of 0, L of 3, what would be the output? See, this is 0, 1, 2, 3 means, right? If I want to see in tuples, I want to retrieve any value like let us suppose 2. See, it always starts from 0. 0, 1, 2. The output will be 4. Okay. Now see, if I want to change, I created a list and I forgot to, I want to change any element of the list. How can I change? See, I will write, let us suppose I want to change the element at 0th position. I want to change it from 2 to, I want to make it 20. Okay, now see the list. I want to print the list. See, previously it was 2, but now the list is changed to 20. From 2, the element is changed to 20, 23, 4.5 and S. Okay. Now tell me, bache, what would be output of this one? In tuple, I want to change the value. I created a tuple and I want to change the value which is at 0th position. Now what would be the output? In list, I did it in the same way, but in tuples, if I will do this, it will show error. Why? Because tuples are immutable. Here comes a term called immutable, and this is very important term. Just learn it. Tuples are immutable. Immutable means what? We cannot change the value in tuple. Lists are mutable. Mutable. Mutable means we can change the value. We can change the value in list. ठीक है, ठीक है. यहाँ पे देखिए, tuple object does not support item assignment. Why? Because they are immutable. But lists, they are mutable. Okay. So these are the 3 data types: string, list, and tuples that comes under sequence data type. Okay. Next is dictionary. Next is dictionary. Now, what is dictionary? See, these are sequence data types, means all the elements are stored in particular sequence. First one is at 0th position, second is at first, second, third, and fourth. Okay. But in dictionary, what is dictionary? Dictionary, it is an unordered set of, let me just write the definition. The third data type, this comes under mapping. Okay. So the third data type is dictionary. What is dictionary? It is unordered set of comma separated. मतलब all the pair in this there is key value pair. Okay, there is a key value pair, and each key value is separated with a comma. Means, see, unlike the list and tuple, the elements were retrieved by using its index number, but in dictionary the elements are retrieved using its key number. Okay, there is a key, and inside that key a value is assigned. Okay, for example, let me give you an example. Let me tell you by creating a dictionary here. Let's create a dictionary. Let us suppose D is the dictionary. Dictionaries are always created under this curly bracket. Okay. Okay. Now let us suppose 1 is the key. Okay. And inside 1, I just stored any value, like let us suppose Python. Then this is first one is key. This one is key, and this is key, and this is its value. The Python value is stored inside key. This one, okay. 2, then colon, and then let us suppose I wrote C. Again comma, 3 colon C++. Okay. 4 comma 4 colon Java. Okay, let us suppose I created. See, this, it is not necessary that all the keys should be in order, or all the keys should be integer. It is not necessary. The keys can be anything. It can be a number, it can be a string. Okay. Now let us suppose I want to print this dictionary. See, the dictionary is printed. Now let us suppose I want to retrieve any value. How I will retrieve? I will write D. I have told you, if I want to retrieve it using any position or its address, then what I will use? I will use the square bracket. Okay. And then I will put the key. Let us suppose 3. See, in 3, C++ was stored. So C++ is printed over here. Great. Great. So this is what a dictionary is. In dictionaries, it is a key value pair. Again, I am saying you. For example, let us suppose I am creating another dictionary D1. It is not necessary that the keys is always a integer type. Okay. For example, I am writing A, and inside A, I am just writing a value, storing a value Sunday. B, Monday. Okay. C, Tuesday. D, Wednesday. Okay. Now I want, let's see, here the keys are string type. It's okay. I want to retrieve any value, just write the name of the dictionary. Inside the square bracket, write the key. We'll get the value. Okay. So this is dictionary. Great. So these are some of the data types which you have to study in class 11th. Okay. First one is number. Inside number, we read about integer, float, and that complex numbers. Next is dictionary. The third one is sequence type, in which we read string, list, tuple. Sets is also there, but you don't have to read it in your 12th or till 12th. Okay, so that's it. We will discuss the details of string, tuples, and list in next video. Thank you.